If the narrative about Latinos is that we're a community that's full of problems, immigration problems, financial problems, and problems with the law, why would we be surprised that accessing capital has been next to impossible for us? In December, I had the opportunity to speak at the United Nations. I shared a story about how I was part of raising $100 million for Latitude Ventures, a venture capital fund that invests exclusively in Latino-led startups. During that process, I got to see what people with money really think about Latinos from a business standpoint. I also learned that even though Latinos are 20% of the population, we only get 1% of the venture funding. I learned that there are roughly $72 trillion of capital floating around the globe, and a relatively small number of people control that capital. And those people have a lot of pressure on them to invest that money in something that's going to give them a good return on their investment. So I started to ask myself, why would these people want to invest in a community that's full of problems? See, we weren't asking for a gala sponsorship or something small like that. We were asking for $10 million of investment capital, and that's a whole different ballgame. Now, conversely, if the narrative is positive, amazing things can happen. I look at the Indian community. Indians from India, they represent less than 1% of the US population. IBM, Google, Microsoft, Pepsi, Twitter, they all have Indian CEOs. Now, is it possible that Indians are just better than everyone else and there are no Latinos good enough to run big companies? Or is it more likely that a positive narrative has emerged that Indians are pretty good at running large companies? The Latino brand matters. It matters in terms of our career prospects. It matters in terms of our access to capital. And it matters in terms of how our children are treated in their schools. Over the next few weeks and months, I'm going to go pretty deep on this issue and other factors that relate to us in a big way. Capital, wealth, money, cash. I'm going to get pretty frank about certain realities that we all need to come to terms with. But the good news is the future is really bright if we get a few things right. The game is moving quickly, guys, so buckle up, and thank you for joining.